Back at y'all with another one. I'll wait for a couple of people to get in there. And we're gonna rock out. Tommy V, Joe, Nola. What's good? What's good? What's good? Dom the Bomb, yo, yo, yo. Hey, y'all let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me real good. Yeah, I appreciate that. Essential. Appreciate it, man. Gary Forth, yo, yo, yo. Brown Sugar, yo, yo, yo. South Georgia Accountability, yo. AZ Gutter, happy Sunday to you. Oh, I'm not really sure. CTI in the building. What up, what up, what up with you? Definitely do, brother. We definitely do, man. Definitely. I don't know if the Bears playing today, though. I see somebody putting in the chat if the Bears playing. I'm not really sure. Boom, bam, yo, 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 from the top, from the top. Shout out to Indy. What up, Hoof? Scott, Leo Jr. Let's say the Bears won. Played already? Okay. Super Steelers. Bears won. Oh, okay. What up, Big Dave? Yo, yo, yo. All right, we see. For sure. We're gonna open up the phone lines. Let's get it. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
My name is Christina. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Well, shout out to Boston. How you feeling today?
I'm doing okay. Yourself?
Pretty good. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. I was calling because I watched one of your videos. Well, I watch all your videos. But one of the videos when we went to the post office, I know you mentioned it before about how they don't know about the Postal 7 and how the postal workers be telling you how we're supposed to be letting no one record inside the building and things. Well, I'm a postal worker, and so I'm let you know that they actually do train us not to allow people to record in the buildings.
Really?
Which is crazy. Yes.
That's kind of crazy because, like I say, the Postal 7 is right there. So let me ask you this. That's that's good. So do they ever train you guys about the Postal 7?
We're supposed to ignore the Postal 7.
Really?
Yes.
That's kind of that's crazy. A little bit like what?
Because when I started watching your videos, which was last year, when you kept saying how Postal 7 and all this, which I read it when I first got there. And so I knew all about that. But then when you could say before, like, you have to like Postal 7, now we're allowed to video here. I was like, really? They are? And so I started looking more into it, and then I found out they actually can. So I'm at work all the time telling them, like, they couldn't record here. They tell us how you can't take pictures, you can't record, you can't be near another customer when they're doing a transaction. You can't do any of those things at all.
That's crazy, man. That's kind of crazy because a memo a couple of years back had went out to all the post offices about auditors coming in, and they always tell them not to engage, don't ask them to cut off their camera, don't call the police. So it's like even that's out there. So
right.
Man, that's
but when I watched that video, I was like, oh, let me like a note. I know you said before, like, they don't know what the Postal 7. That's probably because they don't train us to know anything about the Postal 7. If we do know, they automatically tell us you're supposed to ignore that.
That's crazy. So your job is telling you to ignore the poster seven.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, that's why I usually get in trouble because there's a few other people that do come in and they get upset with me because I let them do it. I don't infringe anything like that. Because I watched it. I learned a lot from you in your videos about our rights and things like that. So I let them do it and they get upset. They get very upset with me. I got reported a few times because of that.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy, man. Like that's my first time. I always thought that someone should be trained on
Right.
poster seven. But you know what? Sometimes I go inside the post office and sometimes I go inside the post office and like the managers or someone might know about Poster Seven. Like a couple
Right.
of couple of videos back, one of the managers, she went over there and started reading it. Like, yeah, you good to go. Yeah, you could, So
Right.
I guess it's just different for different, different
Yeah.
people gonna do
Exactly.
different things. So yeah, that's crazy.
Insane. But I want to let you know that you inspired me because I thought about doing all of this so well. So, but I love all your videos, and I follow you. I like all your videos, but I love what you do, and I appreciate you teaching all of us about our rights. And I hope you keep on to continue doing it.
All right, appreciate it. I appreciate you calling in and being here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
All
Bye.
right. And somebody said, what shirt brand is that? It's called Makobi. 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 Yeah, but that was one of the TTA family members. She said she worked at a post office, man, and they trained her to ignore poster seven. That's crazy, man. Wow. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
Hey, how you been?
Been doing pretty good. Who's this? Okay, I recognize the number now, man. Let me see.
Yes, how you
Well,
been?
been
How you been?
been
How
doing
you
pretty good. Been
been?
doing pretty good. Was you able to get that? Was you able to get that Western Union?
Yes, I was able to. Thank you so much. You don't know how much of a blessing that was.
Oh
You know what I
man,
mean?
man, for
And
sure.
that is, and how much of an impact that was. And that was the first time in months that I was able to get like a full course meal from
Oh
a
wow.
restaurant.
Oh
You know what I
wow.
mean?
Wow.
Cause they don't have no microwaves. If you see whew, unbelievable. Like no microwaves, no food. Either you could afford to eat out, or you just be hungry, or nibbling on your fingers, tips,
Oh
basically.
wow. Oh
You know
wow.
what I mean.
Right.
But I wanted to ask you about that lady who put her hands on your camera. You went along with the charges. Oh man,
Oh
she took off
yeah.
her headsets and you said in a video, you said, "Oh wow," and she came around and you said, "Yeah, I definitely want to press some charges."
Yeah, the one that she smacked the camera on my hand that day. So
Yes,
yeah, so she
that
still
woman was off the hook.
yeah,
Like she came to work with an attitude.
she's still going. I think they're still in court. Like prosecutors they haven't called me in yet, so I'm not really entirely
She's
sure.
still she's still in jail or she's free
Yeah,
or
she's
how is
free.
that going?
Yeah, she's free. She's just going back and forth to court for it.
That's not right, to be going in. My heart pours out to you. I love your work. Don't get me wrong. But then this is a dangerous job. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
It's very dangerous. And I'm like, man, I hope he'd be okay. My heart pours out to him and I appreciate him. But damn, I don't want him to get hurt in the process. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you on that. We got the blood of Jesus. We got God protecting us. So, whatever they try to set us up and put in the way to try to block it, God gonna help us conquer all these obstacles. But definitely, I appreciate that though for sure.
I'm not going to keep you on long, but I want you to know I got an open ASPCA case now.
Oh wow.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah. For how did that come about?
Okay, this is what happened. The director came down because all right, they have the woman, because this is an all-woman facility, okay, remind you. And, of course, if you have a service animal, you have your own room. Okay, and we all in the basement. The director came down and asked me, when the last time did Oreo eat? I said, I buy food when I could afford it. Oh, well, he looks fairly skinny, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And in the following morning, boom, 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 boom. Police knocking on my door with animal control. And I'm like, how can I help you? You know, and they says, well, you got to report that your dog is not eating and your dog is hungry and things like that. I said, don't knock on my door unless you're willing to help. You know, I'm struggling. Look at where we at. We in a shelter. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they said, well, we're not going to remove him now, but very next time, and we see that there's no food in here and he's this skinny, guess what? We're taking him from you. So I said, okay, well, I'm prepared for that. Yep.
Wow. That's
Waiting for them to come back. That's it.
I see somebody just put in the chat too, said animal cops always looking to take pets. It's crazy.
Yes, they gonna be taking him pretty soon, so I'm enjoying him while I got him, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, and I'm like, okay, I went to the store and try to credit some food for him, because I get my food stamps in like 4 or 5 days from now.
Oh, okay.
So I said I could give you back it in stamps, because the store around here, you could buy dog food with food stamps.
Oh, wow.
And it's really rare where you can find it. You just got to know the places to go. You know, you got to be cool with the people in the store. And since I'm very respectful and I'm very honest, they'll credit you dog food nowadays. You know what I mean? Or unless you get it on food stamps. So anyway, the father was there, and the father said no. So I said, okay, well, I just waited out until he's not around and get some more dog food, so at least they can see dog food in here, you know?
Right. Now I feel you on that. Yeah.
This is James, baby. he's like, oh wow.
Shout out to Oreo. That's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
he knows what's going on, because he's very more clingy on me now. You know what I mean?
Man.
He don't want to let me go or nothing like that. Like if I move, he gets, he start whining. Like what's going on? Yeah, but I see you got a dog, Connor. How is Connor?
Yeah, I'm looking at his little self right now running around. Hey, you know what? I'm glad you actually brought it up. Me and my wife, we actually getting ready to start a new channel for Connor specifically. So it'll be his channel. Just be, we're just gonna document his life. You know what I mean? He's amazing, man. Amazing puppy, man. You would be, man. He do this thing that we call the obstacle course. Like after he's done eating, or even before, sometime he'd just start taking off around the house, man, like full speed and jumping off tables. And oh man, I'm like, man, they got to see this stuff, man.
Are you interested in Oreo?
What, like in terms of adoption?
Yeah, like free of charge. I wouldn't even charge you.
No, you know what, man?
I don't want him to go into a shelter, you know?
Yeah, you know what, man? I was thinking about getting a second dog, and man, we talked about it so much, man. Like it's a no-go for us in terms of a second pet, man. Just because of the process, like everything in the beginning, right now.
No, James. I would just give him to you. You don't have to do no process or nothing with me. Like I would personally hand him over to you.
Right. No, I feel what you're saying, but you know what? My mom, glad you brought it up though, because my mom wants a dog, and I'm gonna run it by her just to see if she's what would she say? She probably would be definitely willing to take him off your hands.
I would just wonder how would I get him to Illinois.
Yeah, I mean, if she says a green light, don't worry about that. We definitely can get him. Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I don't know when, and I'm shaking like a leaf because I don't know when they're gonna come and take him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's sad to say I need him for my seizures, but I can't afford to feed him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let alone feed myself. You know what I mean?
Right now.
So and I don't even have no. They don't even have no soap in here.
Really?
I could go upstairs. I have no reason to lie to you about my situation, James.
No, I feel you.
I could go upstairs while we on the phone, and they will tell, and I could say, "Can I please have some soap?" And you could hear them saying, "We don't have any soap."
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I could literally let you hear them say, we don't have no soap. And I'm like, how the hell we supposed I mean, yeah, I have to wear the same stuff, but why can't I at least wash my behind?
Right. True that.
You know what I mean? And they said, well, you have water, so you can use water. Water cleans, but you also need soap.
Right.
I'm a female. I shouldn't have to walk around like this.
Right. Now I feel you. I feel you where you're going with that. But you know what? Like I told you the last time, you make sure you keep your head straight and keep going to God, and everything will get better. You can rest assured. And then when it do, you're gonna be like, TTA, you told me. It's gonna get better for you. I'm gonna take this next caller, but stay in touch with me though, and I'll stay in touch as well.
Yeah, just ask anybody on the line, if just in case your mom say no. Anybody on here, y'all want a dog, just send a just write TTA, and I'll make sure you can get him. He's free of charge, shots, everything is available.
All right, for sure.
Thank you. All right, you have a blessed day.
You too. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
My name's Randy. I'm calling from Monroe, Oregon, just outside of Eugene, Oregon.
Shout out to Oregon, man. How you feeling today?
Good. Hey, I've been watching you for a long time. As a matter of fact, you were the very first, I think a couple years ago, the very First Amendment audit I watched.
Really?
And so you got me going in the whole thing.
Oh, wow, man. I appreciate that, man.
But I had a question, and I wanted you to put it up before you let me go.
Okay.
Is this election coming up? And I know that First Amendment auditors, they live, eat, and breathe on the First Amendment on freedom of the press. Well, as you know, one candidate has said for about a decade now, he said, the press is the enemy of the people. The press is public enemy number one. He said a lot. As a matter of fact, I've seen a speech about 2 weeks ago in Pennsylvania where one of his rally goers went into a barricaded area where the press was, and the rally goer attacked members of the press, putting a beat down on members of the press. And this guy, I don't want to say the name, he's got blonde hair, he's the only man running for president. The other candidate's a woman. He encouraged the beat down. He told the security guard not to stop it, to let him go. And then when the beat down was over and they had to take the guy out, the beaten reporter out in an ambulance, he called it beautiful. And I don't know if you knew this, but I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and say it. The Republican nominee, I don't know if you knew this, but he's been saying the press is the enemy of the people for 10 years now.
Really?
You did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did not know that, man. To be honest with you, man, I don't really get involved.
The reason I bring it up, let me interrupt you, and I'm going to get off the line so people can talk about this. But the reason I bring this up, if you read Project 2025, and that if he gets reelected, it's going to give police 100% blanket immunity and this is what Trump said. He said blanket immunity to do whatever the hell they want. In other words, nationwide, stop, frisk, and ID for any reason at all. No crime, no nothing. Cops nationwide will be able to stop anybody and ID anybody for any reason, legally. If you read Project 2025, they pretty much rewrite the Constitution. I've heard, let me just say a couple more things and I'll let you go. I've heard Trump say this in a speech. He said that he will allow police to shoot shoplifters on site walking out of Walmart or Target with a big screen. No arrest, no due process, nothing. When he said that, his crowd cheered so wildly, like he was the greatest man on earth. I'm not making this up.
Really?
This is not hyperbole. You can Google this. You can YouTube these speeches. The one I'm talking about is Johnstown, Pennsylvania, about 3 weeks ago. In the middle of a speech, one of his supporters jumps into the press area and starts a physical beatdown on members of the press. Donald Trump yelled at the security guard, said, "Don't stop him, let him go." When the beatdown was complete, Donald Trump said, "That's beautiful." He encouraged it. He called it beautiful. And then he said, "That's why the press is public enemy number one." And I want to point that out because, you know, most police departments do not like First Amendment auditors nationwide. But there's not much they can do about it. But if Trump gets reelected, and you read this Project 2025, it will give police unlimited power. And the last thing I'm going to say, TTA fan, is a speech just 3 days ago. What Trump suggested was, and you think I'm making this up, but this is true. What Trump suggested was that we have one day, one violent, bloody day, like the Purge, where cops can just do whatever they want, whenever they want. One bloody, violent day would stop crime across the nation. That's his idea of police state, okay? People need to read Project 2025 before they vote because it will give Trump unlimited power like no other president.
Okay. All right, man. We definitely appreciate the heads up on everything and for you calling in, brother. Thanks a lot.
All right, I'll let you go and I'll keep watching and keep up the good work.
Appreciate it.
You bet. Bye.
All right. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Jeremy from Pennsylvania. How's it going?
Man, pretty good. Shout out to Pennsylvania. How you feeling today?
Pretty good, man. I just wanted to call in and give you my support in watching you pretty much from the start. Was actually just in Elgin for a wedding. Was telling everybody pretty much about the police department. I was like, I was here before everybody watching your videos.
Oh, wow. Oh, man, I appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate that. You say, oh, the city of Elgin, Illinois, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got married up that way.
Oh, congratulations, brother.
Yeah, appreciate that. It was definitely spouting your name out there, getting you recognition. I've been following pretty much the movement since, around the pandemic area. I think, man, you're right up there with Sean Reyes from Long Island. I think we're to the top.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, brother. That means a lot to me, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I was waiting for the last guy. I hope that time the call rate, hoping that he'd sign off right when I get the call. And, just want to appreciate the time. And, the TTA family, everything everybody does, it's definitely making change. You're definitely making change out here. So, and, I hope more subscribers, more success, man. So I saw some videos with a newer apartment maybe. So congrats on that. So
yeah, God is good, brother. Hey, God is definitely good, man. And I got a huge surprise coming up for you guys, man. I don't know if you are you familiar with when we do our cash giveaways, man, but I got a real big one coming up for you guys, man. So you make sure you get ready to stay in tune, man. I like to, part of my channel, I like to get back to you guys, man. So, that's what it's about, man.
I'm from Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh area. So if you ever make your way down this way, definitely need some mud in this way. So
I got you, man. Hey, we're real soon, brother.
All right, peace. Good luck. Keep it up.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, man. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good.
I've been watching the videos for a long time.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Nevada.
Well, shout out to Nevada.
I just wanted to call in to understand what is the long-term strategy here, because it's starting to seem worrying that these people are just infringing on the rights all over the country.
Yeah, so well, my motive will be in terms of strategy is to try to get try to get some of these obviously unjust laws changed, for our rights to be recognized more on a higher level, a bigger platform or whatever like that, and to really end qualified immunity.
Yeah.
That's probably the main objective. It should be to help end qualified immunity. And in a couple of months, I actually got some meetings set up with some real big name congressional members, man. I'm gonna release those names shortly, to where a lot of people, a lot of people try to tell me that I don't really get into politics, but I know.
Yeah.
I try to stay neutral, man, in the middle, because I know that once they try to put you on the Democratic side or putting me on the Republican side, what that does, that just creates division.
It creates division.
That's correct. So I try to stay away from that. But I'm optimistic about the meetings with these congressional members, man, and hopefully we can get some things changed for sure.
Of course, because it's looking worrying out there. It just seems like rights are being eroded everywhere.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, man. It's terrible, man, all over the country, man. Literally.
That's why I'm glad you're standing up for us. I just wanted to call in and thank you for your hard work today.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right. Peace
All right.
out.
Yep. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's your name, brother?
My name is Ricky. Calling from Montgomery, Alabama.
Shout out to Alabama. How you feeling today?
Not bad. I was just going to tell, you was just speaking about the division within political arguments and shit like that, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, here's why it's never good. You remember when you was in school and kindergarten, first grade, teacher said, raise your hand, and everybody tell what you want to be when you grow up. People want to be doctors, lawyers, police, and the president. I remember a whole lot of people that wanted to be president when I was a kid.
Okay.
Right? But now, as I gotten older, when it's time, election time comes around, who do you get to pick from? Two, three, four people. That's about it. Now, all these kids that wanted to be president when I was a kid, surely those kids hadn't disappeared. There's a lot more candidates for presidency, a lot more deserving people, but we get stuck with the lesser of two evils every time. You got to pick between the lesser of two evils. It's by design. And what the problem is, mainly in America, the citizens aren't realizing, like the other guy was talking about, one of your callers was talking about that one of the presidents was talking this and talking that. What they do is they play good cop, bad cop. Your two candidates are playing good cop, bad cop. What they're doing is they're creating an illusion that you have a choice. But really, in all actuality, if you think about the population of the people in America and how many candidates we have to choose from, we're not really getting a good selection to choose from. This is by design. And then if you already got a 50-50 platform right there, you got two candidates to choose from. So you got to pick a side. And then they're going to play on every other aspect of division that's possible psychologically to peel you two apart. So what happens is we wind up with no really unified decision as American citizens as a whole when we make these choices, because they're already predetermined when they design the election. So they are designing these elections, and that's why we're putting a lot of blind faith in this system of elections. And you know what? That's why when Donald Trump does run a strong campaign on fake news, fake media, that's why independent journalists and auditors are very, very important, because you know what? CNN and Fox News, they pretty much do seem like fake media. They spin narratives. Used to, CNN and Fox reported on the same thing. Now, it's either you got to pick a side. Either you with the Democrats and you're going to watch CNN, or you're on Fox News and you're going to watch the Republicans. It's definitely divide and conquer by design, and a lot of people don't realize that. So, without independent journalists, it's never going to change.
I feel I feel where you're coming from, man. And it's been a plan all the way around the table for the longest, man. Even outside of politics, they even do it with religion. Think about it. They go another way to create division. and with race, even race, man, black, white, Asian, American, when in our reality, it's only one race, which is the human race. So it's all about, like you said, conquer and divide, man. They've been doing it and they continuously do it. And we got a lot of us, we got to wake up, man. We just got to wake up.
Yeah, it's not checkers, it's chess. And when you got people following the same agenda for years and years and years, and the people are just now catching on, it's going to work for a little while longer until you got the masses. And that's the whole thing why they want to censor social media and everything else, because they don't want everybody getting on board. But hey, we need to be making the decisions for our country, and we really need our Constitution to work for us. We don't need it to be hijacked and taken over from the top down. And that's a lot of the reason why change never takes place in our government, because if it's crooked from the top down, who do you complain to? Who do you complain to? Because you would think that the bad cop is the squeaky wheel that gets the grease, but actually they're crooked from the top down. So when they find a good cop in their system, he's the one that gets the grease, not the bad cop. The government works the same way from the patrol officer all the way up to the president of the United States. And when we can cut the head off the snake, and I'm not talking about assassination now, I'm talking about the people taking back control of our elections for the government and making sure it's actually authentic, then we can get somewhere. And I'm not saying all of the elections have been rigged, but you know what? It sure does make you wonder when, like I said, how many candidates, are there really in the United States presidency who actually deserves it, and why we limited to only two choices. But I appreciate your time.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling in. Thanks a lot. All right. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
Hey, Tyrant Terminator and chat. This is 682 calling from Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, shout out to Indiana. How you feeling today?
Good. Well, getting over a cold, but otherwise doing better.
Oh, okay. God is good.
Yes. And how are you and your family?
Man, we're doing pretty good, man. Getting there, definitely excited, man. These holidays are starting to approach. It's starting to get cold, so best time of the year for us. But definitely appreciate you asking for sure.
Oh, that's okay. I'm always concerned about you and your family, because I know they support in the background, and, we don't see those supporting heroes. I always want to acknowledge them.
Appreciate that.
Yes. And just wanted to find out if you were going to be, now, I'm in Northwest Indiana, but I'm always minding as an Illinois former resident. I'm always minding my Illinois business. And just wanted to know if you were going to be making it back to Thornton Township again anytime soon.
Definitely. So I had plans, or I got it all wrote down. Maybe like end of this month, first week of November. We're supposed to be hiking out there, man, getting ready, because it's heating up out there with Mrs. Tiffany Henyard. It's getting real serious. So yeah, we definitely going back. Definitely.
Did you see it's funny how, people that saying karma is, and it's funny how that afternoon she was in court filing a motion against the trustees, and the same day her karma was her getting served on television.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. You talking about that order of protection or something like that, right?
Well, no, when she got served on television, we saw it on television, I'd say.
Right.
When she got served by the guy, the barber, the barber that was trying to open up a business in Dalton.
Right. Okay, I remember that situation, but I probably missed the part where she was actually served.
She just got served last Tuesday on TV.
Oh wow.
And so, yeah, you have to go back to that video. Regina Wardrobe caught it on Channel 5 News, and others, but I think she was the only news that kind of got that shot.
Wow. Okay.
And so the same day she had went to court because the trustees had a meeting at the Park District, and she was trying to say it was illegal, and that the people, she has a new attorney because I don't know what happened to the Delgado guy, but he's been missing. And so she has a new attorney, and he was trying to say that the people were confused, but obviously, since they were all at the park district, they weren't confused.
Right. And you know what? I know I seen another report where I think the judge gave her an actual order to like
Right.
stop appointing people these
Correct.
jobs. Yeah, and she's violated that already.
Correct. So she went into this meeting. No one showed up at her meeting. I think 2 people showed up. And she went to this meeting at the park district. She came in the front door like she was, Cruella. And she ran out the back door because she got heckled.
Wow.
The people turned their backs to her. And I don't know what control that she thought she was going to get, but she said she was there to appoint these people. And it's like, didn't the judge just tell you?
Wow. Yeah, that's you know what? That's the man, that blew me, man. I'm like, you have a court order from a judge telling you what not to do, even can possibly be facing some type of jail time, like, and you still did it. So she's doing this stuff now, like relentlessly, like she don't care at all. She just don't care.
Right. Yeah. It was so strange, and so you have that going on. And then I was wondering if you were coming back to Harvey, with all of that going on, because I think other things that's even worse are going on with respect to that.
Yeah. We got a lot. Yeah, we got a lot to do, man. Harvey. Yeah. We definitely going back to Harvey because, like I said, they haven't got in contact with us. The Inspector General, he haven't contacted us back with his findings of our complaint. So that leaves it unresolved.
Okay,
So
that's what I was going to ask you. If you had heard anything back?
Absolutely not. So yeah, we definitely got to hike back out there. You can rest assured that.
Okay, that was my only questions. I won't hold you. And then I know you'll be good to go. So I'm going to be good to go since you've given me those answers.
All right, for sure. Well, I appreciate you calling. Thanks a lot.
Okay, you give well wishes to your family, okay?
Thanks a lot. You
Okay.
too. All right. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
Hey, I'm Yolanda calling from DC.
Shout out to DC. How you feeling today?
I'm hanging in there. I can't complain. Look, how you doing, man? I know you're doing good. Let me just say this. Look, I'm so excited to talk to you. You are the boss, okay?
I appreciate that.
Look, I told my husband, I said, look, husband, I got a new husband now. He talked about, go sit your little old self down. I wanted to tell you thank you for what you're doing. I want to tell you one big thing. I was sitting in the parking lot and the police pulled up to me. I have a home and everything. It's private property, but he was like, let me get your ID. And I thought about you. I said, I'm from the TTA family. So, I had to be like, well, I didn't do anything. I mean, but, and he finally pulled off because, you don't just roll up to somebody and ask for no, you know what I'm trying to say, ID. But, man, I just wanted to thank you for everything. And don't fall in that bait about that gun. You don't need to start carrying no guns either. Try to do open carry,
Right. You already know. Yeah, well, I definitely appreciated all the support and things of that nature, man. I really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, much respect. And look, how can I sow a seed, donate, or how can I do something?
Well, let me see. Well, you can always go to you can always go to the website. We got TTA merch. If you ever want, you grab your shirt or something. So something like that. Or we got my Cash App is in my my abouts. Like you go to my page and read about what we do. Either one of those two. You being here, I'm to be perfectly honest. I like to tell all the TTA family members, just you being here is a huge support. So I never like to ask you guys, my family members, for any type of money or anything like that, because I always give money back to you guys. But if you do, you can use those 2 avenues if you want to.
Oh, bless you. Well, shoot, since you're giving money back, look, send me a few dollars. Yes, indeed. All right, man, you be good. I love you, man.
I love you too. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Bye. That's what's up, though. Yeah, man. I love you guys, man. Real talk, man. But hey, I'm telling y'all right now, our next TTA family giveaway, the cash giveaway. Oh man, it's gonna blow you guys away. You already know. I got something planned, something super serious. So y'all might as well get ready to lock in for that. Mike Taylor News. Yeah, man. So yeah, like I was, man, I really know how to get into the whole politic thing, man, because like I said, it's just another way to create division, man. You know what I'm saying? You can go in the bar, think about it. I done seen it. You go in the barber shop and you got one person that support one party, and they don't know each other, right? You got one person that support one party, you got another person that support the other party. Instantaneously, it's chaos just off of that. And this is their goal. You know what I mean? This is their goal, man. The division. They want people to be separated. They don't want us to unite. I'm telling you, man. So that's why I don't really try to entertain it, man. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
Ivan from New York, man.
Calling from New York?
Yes, Ivan from New York.
Oh, okay, man. Shout out to New York. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm all right. I'm the only Dominican dude that listen to you, bro, all the time.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. That's what's up, brother.
Yeah, man. Shoot. You made me, man, I don't even know how to explain myself, man. You're so good, bro. You're all over the place, man. God bless you, brother.
Oh, man, I appreciate that, man, and God bless you too, brother.
I'm good to go?
Good to go.
Thank you. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Yeah, I appreciate, man. This be my favorite time of the week, TTA family. I think I don't know, man. When I first started these call-ins, I was doing them every Sunday, man. I was doing them every Sunday, and now we're doing them every other Sunday, man. I might get back to every Sunday, man. I definitely might. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know who you are and where you're calling from.
Brother, OGJ Speed, I called in one time before. Hey, all praises to you and your family. I hope you're doing well.
Appreciate that.
Doing a good job. I've been looking at your videos this week, all the ones you shot up. I want to ask you a question, though, like for you to break down some things to people. When you file a FOIA, I might not even be saying it right correctly due to the fact I got that southern accent.
It's all good.
But anyway, can you use that when you are dealing with like police departments that like to pay, that you have to pay for a police report? Can you do a FOIA and get a police report without going around that charge? They be trying to get their charges. Could you break that down?
I think because I know what you mean. They try to charge you for a copy of the police report. They do try to do that sometime. I never tried to use a FOIA to do that, but I believe if you're involved in the police report, I think so, because it's still it's public record. You know what I mean? Especially if you're the one that's involved. Because I remember filing a FOIA one time for I think some police reports where I was involved and the police tried to violate my rights, and I didn't word it a certain way, and it was denied because I didn't put in the specific FOIA that I was the person in in that situation. So it was weird the way that they try to trick you up, and it's a lot of different ways they're trying to deny it for an exemption. So they find ways to either deny your FOIA or prove it. But ultimately, I found out if they don't want you to have what you're asking for, they're not gonna give it to you, even if it violates the law. So that's crazy.
Can I get a piggyback on this one? Say we take that and we peel back the onion, and we had somebody who had a friend who went and filed for it, who had nothing to do with the case. Do you think that's a good strategy, or getting around a family member or anybody, and especially when it comes to camera? Do you know how long they keep like the camera work they do when they are operating out there in the field? Is it a limitation to get rid of it, to get destroyed after so many years or whatever, or is it just an ongoing file?
You know what? I think in Illinois, I think they have to keep it for like, if I'm not mistaken, I had to go back and look it up, but I think it's 60 or 90 days for sure. No matter what, they got to keep that footage. They got to preserve it for like those first 90 days. Might even be 120 days, but I don't know about other states, but I know Illinois, they got to preserve it no matter what. Like, it's a lot, even in the Safety Act up here in Illinois, they gotta start telling people that they're being recorded by body cam, or it's a felony on the police officer. So if the police officer approaches you and cuts his camera on without verbalizing it to you, he can be charged with a felony. So it's a lot going on, man, with the up this way at least.
Do you have a legal team that can help, like in situations that you're on call, you got them on call, they're just a person that you can call and ask for certain things? Because I know there are certain crimes that are not, don't have no statute of limitation. And I believe when the police arrest you and they don't supposed to arrest you, that's kidnap. And that don't have no statute of limitation. Even though that your jurisdiction might say you can only have a year to file to sue them or whatever, but if they don't have statute of limitation on kidnap and you charge the police department of kidnapping, then you don't have no statute of limitations. What you think about that type of strategy?
Man, I feel you on that, man. But like I say, it all goes back down to the powers that be. So let me throw this out there too. Anything that me and you are discussing now won't be considered to be legal advice. Just telling you things that I would do. I always want to put that out there because you never know who's watching the channel. But
I got you.
The thing is, man, it all comes down to the powers that be. We can point out night and day, man, all the laws that the police may break against us, but it's gonna ultimately come down to are they gonna like legitimately charge them? It's literally them versus us. So we can point out a bunch of things that they do wrong to us, but are we going to get the recourse that we're looking for? And that's what it really come down to, even to your point about the kidnapping. It's kidnapping all day once they take you away from somewhere, right? But I have yet to see a police officer be charged with that. So
maybe nobody have never brought that an issue. That's why I bring up all these situations, brothers, due to the fact I'm in California, but I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. And I have never lost a case in the courtroom. And the reason why is I go outside the box and I make my lawyer think outside the box. And one of the things I know is, I remember one time I was charged with felony abuse on a police officer. And I told my lawyer, do I have to follow command when a police give me a legal command? And he put his hands on me before he said I'm under arrest. And I took the police down. He actually put his hands on me before he said that I was under arrest, and I took him down just like any other citizen, like any other person would have put their hands on me. And I won the case due to the fact he brought that up as an issue. The police would once he puts his hands on you and he don't tell you under arrest, and you take him down, he's the perpetrator, not you.
Yeah, you know what?
That's
crazy that you brought that up because I think it's a controlling case. I would have to look it up. Supreme Court ruling, I think, where a cop had, I think a cop was shot, even probably, unalived, but I think the guy ended up beating the case because the cop was unlawfully arresting him at the time. So he had a right to defend himself. I can't remember, man. It was deep, man. I was reading up on it. I'm like, and then again, it still goes down to the powers that be. Like you say with your situation, you was able to beat that case. Thankfully, you had the right people that was trying to uphold the law. So because I didn't seen it where people should have won their case and still was convicted. So it's weird, though. It's weird, man.
Yeah, I've seen you a couple of times that officers or security guards put their hands on you without you being detained or arrested. And I'm saying in that case, I wouldn't tell nobody to try this. Look, I'm 20 years of boxing, 40 years of martial arts. I know what I'm doing. So I wouldn't tell nobody to do this. I'm not fastening bullets, but I'm fastening the man who pulled his gun out of the holster. So I wouldn't tell nobody to try this, but I'm just making people think outside the box. when you've been charged with something, for every law that's in America, there's a law against it. I have already known this. I always know this ever since I was 12 years old from reading a book, The Law in You. But I'm going to let you go on with your show, brother. It's always good to see you out there. It's always good to see you out there standing in your square, your circle, and you don't back down. And I love your favorite quote. I'm not leaving until the police leave first.
Well, I appreciate you for being here, brother. Thanks a lot, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Love and have a beautiful day. You in the chat room.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks for calling in the TTA. Let the people know you are and where you're calling from.
Hotbacks, California, SoCal.
Man, shout out to Cali, man. How you feeling today, brother?
Man, feeling all right. I want to say, man, I've done some little videos and shooting, where the military is, but I actually did my real First Amendment audit. I went down to our sheriff's department. I shot the city hall and did all that stuff, went into the rooms and all that stuff, and did all of that. And it turned out to be pretty well. I want to do another one where it's our county water building department is in the same parking lot as the fire department and something else there. So that's going to be pretty interesting. What I really want to talk to you about is it seems like it's with the people at the workplaces. Some seem to know that we have the right to do it, but then they're not being transparent with their coworkers, and it's sending you through the loop.
That's true. Yep, that's true.
And from how it is now, it seems like that's happening more and more often. Are you getting really annoyed with that, or do you think there's an internal beef? Because it seems like they argue with each other now when you're going into these places, because they say, "How come you're not backing me up?" But they know what they're not supposed to be doing. They're supposed to let you do it. And so it seems like it's a beef with the employees. And I was wondering if you noticed that. Have you picked up on that?
Yeah. I think it's more. I understand what you're saying in terms of it's a beef. I just think some know and some don't. And then I believe when the ones that do know try to educate the ones that don't, that, like you said, that might create the beef because they're expecting them to back them up. It really comes down to the management, the higher ups. Everybody should be on the same accord when it comes to the members of public exercise rights when we walk into these entities. So I really put it on the supervisors and administrators and the vice presidents or the CEOs or whatever of these companies, or these entities rather, that's not educating the people that work there when we come in with our cameras. Just like the post office. Have you been watching this whole live? A young lady, the first caller, she says she works at the post office and they train her to ignore the Postal 7. That's crazy because that's exactly what's telling them that we can do it. So it all comes down about the management, the people that's the higher ups that's not really doing their part.
Do you think it's a fear that they're putting into their employees, like you won't have this job anymore?
It could be. You know what? Certain entities might do that, and that could be a possibility. But if so, then they become a whistleblower and just get sued and then turn around and sue that company. A lot of them probably don't even know they have that option. But that's definitely a possibility, man. Scare tactic.
I went into our post office. We have one. I think it's the smallest one in America, it seems like. And I went in there and didn't have no issues. But, that Postal 7 is sitting right there in front of their face. It's sitting right there. And it seems like that Postal 7 and everything else on that, all on that flyer, I don't think they know much about the whole flyer in itself.
You know what? And what's crazy, that's the reason why I like to hit up different public properties. We do post office, we do city halls, public library. We do them all. My favorite is to do the post office because out of every entity, that's the only one that actually tells you we can do it. Like they have something posted on the wall that they come to work and walk past every day and still don't know. So that's the most astonishing spot, and that's the best one that I like to do. So it's crazy that you can have that and totally not know nothing about it. How do you work for an entity and don't know about that Postal 7, which is very obviously essential? It's crazy, man.
No, it's super crazy. And then the other aspect about that is sometimes you get someone conducting business in right there, and they think they know what they're talking about, and they're going against you, and it's like they are trying to train the staff to go against you, and then you proving them all wrong. Like when the gentleman was inside his walker chair. And he was telling you about when you go shoot movies and films, and ain't no one. I was like, why are you even talking about any of that? That's not what he's doing.
Right, dude. You know what? And that's and I'm so glad that once the cops came and left, I was glad that he was still on the scene, because I wanted to have that quick dialogue with him at the end of the video. And he totally flipped it. No, I said you could do it. No, you didn't, man. You swear it up and down I couldn't do it, man. So, they changed their tune, man, once they see that the auditor, the person with the camera, knew exactly what we was talking about. Now they want to, for lack of a better word, they want to grip with us and get on our side, So.
Now, one more thing before I hop on off, man. The last video you did where it was the public building, you went in there and there was nothing that said you can't go in these rooms, and anything that said employee, you did not go in. The first dude let you go in all the way cool. He was like, okay, all right, cool. And then all of a sudden, you had the one guy come on up, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you walked right past him, and he was on the computer not paying attention to nothing.
That's correct.
But the first guy, you explained to him what you were doing, and he said, okay. And I was just lost with that right there, because they kept sending people. It was like you turned around, it was somebody right there. Hurry them by. You know what I mean?
Right. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, man, because I go through the comments, man. I read the comments. A lot of people in the comments, they agree with what I did. A lot of people in the comments disagreed because they kept bringing up the fact that door said employees only. However, when they would bring up the fact in the comments now, they're bringing up the fact that the door says employees only, but they are ignoring the fact that we were invited in past that door. Now, once you're invited in past a door that's for a restricted area, it becomes public instantaneously. This is the law. This is actually a law where you're invited into a restricted area. Now it's public. It becomes public, especially on public property. So my whole thing was that day was when the guy told me I was good to go, he was in the administration office. My thing is, not any lay person would think who's ever in administration has to be the highest person there. So these other two dudes that's claiming that they are the bosses, what do I supposed to just take their word for it? So that's why I was so resistant that day, because I'm like, okay, y'all can uninvite me, true that, but I should be able to get it from the person that invited me. How do I know that you guys are really the supervisors when I actually met with somebody at administration? You get what I'm saying?
Right. And they were passing power around. It seemed like hot potato. I want the power, now I don't want it. Now it's on him. And then waiting for the whatever dude was supposed to come and say, we're waiting on him. And I was like, man, this stuff is crazy. But I thank you for putting up that part of it, because there are gray areas that people overlook, and they're supposed to look at these parts. They invited him in. They said, the guy said, okay, so he's not at fault for doing anything up inside there.
Right.
I'm going to hop on off. I'm going to tag you in my first video that I did with the Moreno Valley Sheriff's Department. I want you to check it out and tell me what you think on my first one.
Oh, I got you, man. Yeah, tag me, brother. I got you. Oh, you know what? You can send it too. If you ever want to do that too, you can always text it to this phone and I can check it out that way too.
Yes, sir. We'll do that, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Yeah, man. I'm glad that brother actually brought up that, you know what I mean? about that last video, man. You know, that was a tricky one. It was tricky a little bit because it did have the sign that said employees only, you know what I mean? But like I say, once someone invites you into that restricted area, man, it becomes public, period. You know what I mean? I mean, you know what I mean? So, you know, the cop, you know, he, you know, I mean, overall, the cop wasn't too bad, the first one that came in, but at the end, when he was like, man, those guys didn't get educated, all we did was intimidate them. And my thing was they wasn't receptive to an education. They didn't want to receive one. However, they still did receive an education because they claimed that we couldn't do FOIAs there. But they found out later, obviously, that we could. So that's an education in every sense of the word, if you ask me, you know. But, you know, it is what it is, man. I'm going to keep on getting this content out to you guys, man. You know, we done ramped it up a little bit. You know, we locked in for the long run, man. We'll be right back here live again, 2 p.m. Central Sunday after next. Y'all make sure y'all get ready for that, man. So more content coming, man. I got to run, though. I'm going to try to make this for an hour for you guys, but we'll be back, man. I love you guys wholeheartedly, man. I appreciate everybody that sent the super chat. Love you guys, man. Stay locked in with me. Go on.